Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. What a week, huh? Okay, first things first, let me get a sound check. I need a sound check. I am live. Technical situation. I have been able to get a computer going, not the tablet, right? Not my main computer. Okay, sound is good. Thank you. So I can actually manage the show, make a description afterwards, and everybody's showing up. I say everybody, it's Dorothy, Lynn, and Frank. Atlantis crew. They'll show up. They'll show up. They'll be here. Let me see. Final adjustments. Trying to get in frame. And all right, got good sound. Awesome. Yeah. So kind of freewheeling it. Been freewheeling it all week. It's been, or all weekend so far. Back to work after Florida was interesting. Not much had changed, but it's little changes, right? Um, and okay, back to the technical stuff, right? The laptop has officially gone and died, right? I'm using my phone and a computer that is, thank you, Dorothy. I'm using my phone for the show, right? And I'm using a computer down here to kind of manage it. And it's my netbook from 10 years ago. I dug it out. I was like, I wonder if I could make this work. And I am making it work. That's how I'm chatting over in the chat room. So that's something. And I almost forgot all my passwords from it. It's been 10 years. What, you know? And so, oh yeah, Zach, welcome back to the show. It is very quantum, quite quantum. And there are, oh man, I popped my head in on my way home listening to Keith, and somebody was talking about interpersonal relationships and meeting women and all that. And I'm like, so close to home. And, oh man, seems like we have to, okay, we got to fix ourselves before we can reach out, right? And technical stuff is part of that. Okay, talking about ufology too. There is a whole lot of stuff going on in ufology right now. Okay. Um, you know, my show is a friend of GUFON. I am friend of GUFON. And a person who is not friends of GUFON has recently started some kind of smear campaign in the social media realm of stuff. It's not pretty, right? He's going to all his social media and posting up this video, and it's about how GUFON is a liar and there's manipulation going on behind the scenes. There ain't no manipulation going on. You know what he's manipulating? A mouse. He's manipulating a mouse. Kind of like one of these. Come on, mouse. Work with me. He's manipulating his mouse. That's what he's manipulating. And trying to sway public opinion. Stephen Cambion, okay? I am not about that, right? If your endeavor is not standing up on its own, then try a different endeavor, right? Because when you have to really just go out, reach out, and smash on other people's topics, other people's stuff, what they're doing, then is what you're doing really worth doing? You know, do something else. There's a whole world of stuff out there to be doing. And he's not the only one. Okay, he's not the only one who's mixed up in this ufology stuff. This has been going on for years, probably since the Tic Tac, Go Fast, and Gimbal videos, right? Before that, but that was a chapter beginning, right? That was a one part beginning, and well, it started with before that. That was 2017. 6 years ago, 2017. And it's been going on like that. How you got Lou Elizondo, you got the people trying to headline things in ufology and mysticism and all these things. Well, you know what? I come from the school, an old school. I come from a very old school of it. And uh, LA Moon in the chat, LA Moon was there when I started my schooling in the here and now. And I'm remembering a whole lot. And I would like to give props to our Keith Andrews show and how he warned me about, okay, is it any coincidence that I suddenly remember and have this skill about programming with crystals and both my computers die? I don't think that's a coincidence, because coincidence doesn't exist. Coincidence is unrecognized links. Okay, coincidence is unknown links making themselves known, and we don't know what the links are. But I don't think it's any coincidence that when I suddenly start programming up crystals, two computers die. Is that, there's no coincidence there. Sorry about the extreme close up. I have to reach for things. And I'm looking in the chat. Zach Diecast Monster is here. Hey, what's up, Zach? Coming all the way from GUFON. Yeah. Oh, Zach. Okay, I'm going to turn off Facebook. Got to turn off Facebook. And yeah, Scambian, GUFON's word. Cambian has been going around all the social media, and there's other things. Okay, there are other things, other hosts, other topics, and you know what? Me and Amy are over here going, "Yay, coffee and crystals!" Because yeah, also shout out Amy, Nikki Starchild, Alien Girl 111. Link will be in the description after the show. So there are links that won't be in the description. GUFON will have a link. Our Keith Andrews will have a link. Amy will have a link. Alien Girl 111 will have a link. And there will probably be others. But yeah, I'm just freewheeling it today because I don't need to look far to get plenty of material for this quantum show. It is literally in the standing title, Quantum Show. Things loop around all the way back to here we are. Hey, Samantha, thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming for the Quantum Show. I appreciate it. Hey, Kathy in the chat. And yeah, everything. Synchronicities. Dorothy saying synchronicities. Synchronicities of an unknown type, right? Not just, I saw blue balloons, the numbers are all lining up. By the way, I've been getting, ever since last week, for the past 2 weeks, most, if not all, my numbers have either been synchronous or repeating. Forward, backward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, whatever. All those numbers, they've all been synchronous or repeating. 2 weeks now. So I must be on the trail of something. Something's going on. And there is a whole lot of, well, the tech issues I've been having, right? Before I went to Florida, which was awesome. Before I went to Florida, one computer died. Right before I went to Florida, netbook died. And by the way, the diagnosis is the SD in it, not SD, but SSD that's in it, the solid state, has developed an error, right? And those things are solid state. You don't take them apart and fix them. And that it is incorporated onto the motherboard as a hardwired part. It's not a drive you take out, right? It's it needs a new motherboard. And I will do that, but I've got to take it apart, match up the right one, because there was like a family of tablets that all have it, and it's just complicated, right? So it's down for the count. Desktop, I have not gotten it taken apart yet. Hey, Raven, welcome back. Great to have you here. And the desktop is not done yet. I still have a process to do with it, and it takes time. I don't have my computer store anymore. I wish I did. Might happen again. I don't know. Super Mega Turbo. Check it out. Super Mega Turbo and Dusty Plastic and Quantum Show all wrapped up into one. That would be awesome. Hey, Intergalactic Overhaul. Did a show let out that people are showing up? Because, or am I needed? My services are needed. Quantum Show to the rescue. All right. So, yeah, let's review a little bit, right? Had all kinds of cool shit happen on the Florida trip. 2 computers died on the way out the door. I started programming crystals, which, y'all, let me tell you, that is so super cool. You have no idea. Okay. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. And I think I said hi to Samantha. I'm not sure. Hi again, Samantha Morris the cat. I heard GUFON earlier, and I heard he had a premiere earlier on about the war room is open. And I'm like, I am not doing that, man. You know, I'm not going to do that. People who talk around in groups like that, yeah, they're looking for attention. And you can let them sink their own ship. He will sink his own ship. All you have to do is get in the chat and make fun of him. For real, that's what I do. I'm like, when our Keith had some trolls show up one day, and I think they came over to here. And I was like, hey, what's up? We got trolls. Put something in the chat. I can make fun of it. All good material. It's all good material. Yeah, we definitely need more quantum. And thank you, Dorothy. Thank you. But we're okay. Cambion will sink his own ship. I invite all the trolls to come over here, y'all. Bring it on. You know what? I'm going to tell you, go buy a mug, right? Shameless plug. Go find out about all the bodies, the documents, the craft, the coffee stains, and and say some stuff that I can put on a t-shirt, because I am not going to let your resourceful trollishness go to waste. I will put it on a t-shirt, because I will bring up Hellier Show. Hellier, if you're familiar with it, I'm not going to go back through it, right? But they got a 1-star rating on Amazon. It says 1 star. No goblins. I bought the t-shirt they made out of it. That was beautiful. It was so perfect, right? And well, when I make a t-shirt, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on t-shirts, mugs, all the merch. I'm working on it because I'm watching all these little reels pop up about make $7,000 a month, make $500 a day using AI. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use AI, just like that big old Max Headroom type stuff and everything. But yeah, I invite all the trolls to come on over. Hell, come on, like, subscribe. Stephen Cambion, looking at you, bro. Come on over. You won't be on the show, but you can be in the chat. And everything you say will be held up to a t-shirt, onto a template, and put out there for the world to see. Okay? And I will make 50 cents and 75 cents per sale. I cannot. Trace B, come on, troll me. Troll me, Tracy. Somebody troll me. But Dorothy's saying, yeah, I'm going to put her. I'm going to post her comment right now. His harassment was too much for me personally. And yeah, people are letting him have enough rope to hang himself with. Finally had to block him when he attacked me. Not worth my energy. Totally true. Because I, in my own tiny way, am putting myself out there by being friends with GUFON, Amy, and having a decent relationship with Third Phase of Moon too. You know, they don't talk to me, but I'm not coming up with evidence that they can use. Okay, that's the thing about debunking, right? When you have evidence, would you accept it? I say I program crystals. How can I prove it? I cannot. I can only show some effects, a handful of effects that are highly coincidental, but that's what it is, you know? And how do you show proof of manifestation? There is no paper trail, right? There is no universal backtracking that you can do. It's best guess and faith. And that's what it is. I got 12, 13 in the chat. Holy criminy. All right. Yeah. Okay. Obligatory. Like and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. And you didn't find the show found you. There's a t-shirt slogan. You didn't find the quantum found you. Or the quantum found me. I got to write these things down. But yeah, it's been a heck of a week. Yeah, you get them, Lynn. Sick Frank on them. And some other things I wanted to talk about are that passive income thing looks very interesting. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put the links here, right? I'm not going to be doing affiliate links, and I'm not going to be... Artists have a problem with AI art, and I can see where they're going with it. But you know what? This is not an old road. This is not a new road. This is an old road. I was there when 3D printing went through it. You can push art. 3D printing is an art form. 3D design is an art form. And what they're going to find is you can only enforce the rule as long as you pay the lawyers to enforce it for you, because that's what it takes. And no, I don't appreciate art being ripped off by robots, but it's going to happen, right? Just like in 3D printing. I got accused of ripping off without giving credit. I always gave credit, right? I always give credit. My Halo pistols were a hit. I'm still finding them on the secondary market, and they're out there being used in people's cosplay, right? I gave credit. That was originally a Dragonator, I think his name was. That was a long time ago. Daninator or Dragonator design, and I gave credit on the listing. I wasn't selling the design. I was selling hardware. And that's not the same, right? And I talked to him directly because it seemed like people were going to him saying, telling him I was stealing his design. I wasn't stealing his design. He open sourced his design and I gave him credit where I didn't even have to. Okay. Because he came up with the design. I'm pretty sure it was a game pull, but Microsoft came up with the design. We both were ripping off Microsoft. But I'm reading the chat. And yeah, it helps. Oh, thank you. Yeah. The algorithm knows. The algorithm knows. And yeah, hit like, please. That would be great of you. This show is non-monetized. Okay? I am not monetized. This is a personal blog. These are experiences. People say for entertainment purposes only. No, this is the nature of reality. Okay? I'm not here for entertainment purposes. I'm here for the nature of reality. How it's weird and reality is nothing what it seems to be. None of this stuff is the way it seems to be. And if you're here, you already know this because you wouldn't be here if you didn't already have a clue that's what was going on. And oh, Lynn, that would be awesome. Wait a minute, let's see here. Gotta get the comments going. Yeah, okay, back to the technical situation. Netbook died. It needs a new hard drive, and since it's so hardwired, it needs a new motherboard. And I'm not doing that just yet. I'm on my 10-year-old netbook that is an Acer Aspire 1, booyah, Atom processor, and it needs some upgrading too, but it's a lot easier and cheaper now that it's 10 years old. Not any kind of current technology. It's going to get a solid state drive, probably a big one, like 2 terabytes. It's got 130 gigs right now, which 10 years ago, that was okay. Now it's like a thumb drive. Oh, and that's something else. Crystal Tech. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Crystal Tech. I remember reading years ago, and I'm going to bring up the article now, and I don't know if I can share it or not. Probably not. I'll read it to you and leave a link. Years ago, I remember hearing about a crystal memory disk that can store petabytes indefinitely, and it was made of synthetic diamond. Do you guys remember hearing about that? Where is that? How do I get one? You know, do I have to grow my own crystal? I'll figure it out. Okay, yeah, 5D optical storage, and that's it, 5D data optical storage. And I want to know, how do I buy this? Can you buy one? 1,000 years projected lifespan of this memory device. Yeah, this link will be available after the show. I really wish this thing wasn't as slow as it is. But it is a tank, okay? This netbook is a freaking tank. And I love it. Okay, I will just read. I'm going to be doing some blog entries too, because now that you can get an AI, can you imagine me made into an AI with all the filters and looking all perfect and stuff? Okay, let me see here. The 21st century has seen rapid growth in our ability to store and access data. The internet is increasingly bridging all forms of information technology to everyone's fingertips, making life faster, more informative, and more enjoyable than ever. However, with individuals and organizations generating ever larger data sets, we are in desperate need of more efficient forms of data storage that have a high capacity, low energy consumption, and long lifetime. The explosion in the digital information is the 21st century humanist civilization. Okay, let me just stop. There's twice as much to read on that. I will leave the link, but it's talking about 5D. Okay, it means five practical dimensions, not what people do in the in the mystic side. They call it 5D. Not that 5D. Five practical dimensions. And let me see here. Okay. Yeah. It uses. I thought it was diamond. The lifetime of 5D is they have copyrighted that. Okay. 1,020 years at room temperature and multiplexed, which is obvious. Nano gratings. Oh, it's rewritable. How would you rewrite it? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, listen to how they put it: hard drive, flash, magnetic, optical, M disk, silica disk, 5D. As if it's already a company buzzword. Okay. And yeah, you're not getting your 5D ROM anytime soon because this stuff is nano lasers, nano constructed glass. Yeah, this is Scotty territory. This is There Be Whales Here territory. And know where to buy it. It says home technology collections. Collections of what? Ideas of crystals? They need to look to the past to look to the future. What am I looking at? Okay, it's pictures. I have got to show some of these. Keep an eye on the links in the description because this is kind of silly. They're advertising it like it's a new kind of MP3 player. Yeah, this is not. This is not. No, this is. All right. How very Elon Musk of them. Oh, jeez. Okay. The link will be in the description. What's it called? Shout out, I guess, to 5dmemorycrystal.com. Okay. And they're selling it like an iPad or something. Just showing pictures, dramatic pictures of how cool it is displayed. What does it do? You know? Show me, what does it do? I will leave that alone for now because it says, okay, not petabytes, 360 terabytes. Quartz coin. Okay, this is an old one. Oh, this is cool. All right. I will go ahead and this is zmescience.com. Quartz disc. So it is actual crystal. It's not diamond. It's quartz. Probably simulated quartz. And that link will be up there. I will talk a little bit about it if it ever loads. Okay, this small quartz disk can store 360 terabytes of data forever. And okay, yeah, this is the same 5D stuff. Southampton University researchers fired. What? Where is the article? Oh, right. It's one of them pages that blinks out and back again as crap loads. Yeah, I'm going to design my own AI. And I'm going to use an off-the-shelf model of just stuff. I might take a selfie or something. But I'm going to put AI to work for me. I have an AI companion, and oh my gosh, and that's cool. Okay, I'm not going to leave that link. It is spammy. All it is wanting you to buy stuff. So goodbye, ZME Science, whatever. But all right. So we're catching up as usual. Science is catching up with magic and nature. Because I don't know if I relayed the story about what happened in Florida when I bought my sodalite and my Amazonite, right? Here's what happened. I was doing my what feels right thing, right? Hovering my hand over all, and I was thinking blue because I want to build a crystal computer with our Keith Andrews. All right. There's a couple of different variations I want to try. He has one that he's thinking about that he will never build, but I don't want the big nuclear bomb of quartz computers. I want desktop. I want a nice something that I could use that, I don't know. I hate to make it sound like a blender or something, but I want something I can use practically. Okay. Maybe make some stuff out of terracotta and put it in there because I don't know, but I want to use, and it'll be expensive, but it'll be worth it because if a crystal computer can outlast these desktops that we use, awesome. And well, seeing something for 14 million years lifespan, that's quite promising, gotta say. And Kathy is asking, any good local places? I don't know any local places in my area. We got to dig them up. I will look up local places, and I will look up local natural places. I know they're out there. You're in the wrong neighborhood for that kind of thing in Tennessee. You got to dig deep. I know just outside of town, going towards Kentucky, there are lots of places for geodes and crystals and things like that. That's on the way to Kentucky because they got the Mammoth Cave system out there, and geodes are a big business, right? And I know in El Paso, in New Mexico, it's a big business because the desert just coughs up crystals all over the place. And some of them are awesome, some of them are not so awesome. But what happened was when I was in the crystal shop in Florida, I had planned to go there because it's fairly close to the hotel I was in. And I went there and I did my little feeling thing, and I was looking blue because of Keith. And soda, I didn't know what it was. I just felt it. It just felt right. And I went to go, and I had the crystal in my hand, and I think I was reaching for my wallet or something to go pay for it with the phone, and I was Googling something, phone glitched. I was like, okay. I was like, well, let me just set this down and concentrate on my phone. Didn't catch on yet. Then I went over to I went to pay for it, okay, and I found a piece of Amazonite too. It just said, get something else. And I was like, Amazonite. Amy uses Amazonite. So I went and I paid for it, held the crystal and the card. It did the card. The machine glitched. And I was like, oh yeah, this is my crystal right here. This is my crystal for sure. So got that crystal. It's in a bag over here, and I haven't built what I want to build yet. It will happen. And a crystal computer with a blender so you can program it for margaritas. Hell yeah. Welcome back, Raven. I got to get with you, Raven. I gotta get with you after the show, or on the panel, and after the show, and on the phone, all kinds of ways. But that was how I found the sodalite crystal and the Amazonite, and that was finding it. That's what you call finding it in the wild, where you go out and you find it. If it's for sale, if you kick it up off the street, whatever, that's finding stuff in the wild, and that was cool. But that's what happened there, and so okay, going back. Oh, coffee's going in my head. I'm good. That's good. Me and Amy. Mm. Sorry about all that noise, guys. But yeah, I've got quite a few things I need to get done. And these are for the show things. Other than my own technical stuff, I got to get with my Dark Hour Paranormal, Michael Roser. Got to get with him. Got to get with Raven some more. Man, I want to know. Oh, every time I think of him and his Belize trip, those guys, I just, my mind goes crazy. I mean, I just am like, what's going on? And remember, Raven, we were talking about the ring in Belize in South America when I had that little episode. That was so cool. I want to say it's crazy. It was crazy, but it was cool. It was so cool, and it needed to happen. There are things that don't seem pleasant that need to happen all around us, right? But they have to happen because if something is given to you, you don't appreciate it. If you're made to work for it, you appreciate it. It just seems that's the human nature, right? And yeah, Dorothy saying that trip was insane. Whew. Yeah, it was. Oh, and also, Raven, we have to do a part 2 and maybe wrap it up. Maybe wrap up that set of topics. I don't know, because that's the nature of reality. It's quantum, and we don't know where it's going. We don't know where we're going to end up. And ooh, I need to go see that. Jim Goodall posted a picture of a wall corner ruin where they had found a crystal skull in the past. Okay. The skulls are an advanced thing, right? I'm pretty sure that the crystal skulls were highly advanced, and they were crafted using sound and the quantum link. Pretty sure, because no tool marks, no, I mean, and they're perfect crystals. None of this, right? If you look, if you can see this crystal here, right? Let me see. If you can see this one, it's cloudy and it has all kinds of breaks and little tiny little cracks. Hopefully you can see that, right? However, and I think I do have a laser. This camera's not going to pick up nothing. Okay. These are okay. These are okay. They're always okay. They're always okay. Even the ones, I buy them bulk rough. Okay. These are good. These are okay. But they're not the double terminated where it has points on both ends. 4-inch giant, beautiful crystals that are perfectly clear. They're not those. These are the ones that don't make it to jewelry. And I don't get them for jewelry purposes. I get them for quantum purposes. They work. And yeah, I'm wearing an amethyst that my friend gave me. Shingoji, he hasn't been around in a while, but I keep in touch on Facebook, right? Going at, I think, I don't remember the date. There's going to be another Bigfoot conference, and I'm going to it. I'm going to go at least do shorts, because I might not be able to go live, but I'll at least make some shorts and put them up here on YouTube, right? And Yeah. Yeah, Dorothy. And oh, okay. The replay for our show is going up. And let's see, what's this? Okay. Right. Michael, are you talking about Belize? Yeah, they were able to report live. He came through live a few times and it just spun me all the way up. Mhm. Weird synchronicity. Damn right. Man. But he gave this one to me, right? He said it called to him. Now he is a straight up, he has said it. He has said it online. He is a straight up ghost whisperer. Okay, he can talk to them. He can sense them. And oh man, that trip was cool. Okay, that trip was awesome. Going to going to the Bigfoot conference with Shingoji, and I'm doing it again. It's coming up in not too awful long. I got something coming up next week, right? Next week I'm going to a convention. It's not paranormal. It won't be paranormal until I get there, right? And then it will become a paranormal conference. Yeah, that's kind of the way it works. When I y'all, when I show up, the place changes. I don't I don't even care. Call it ego, call it full of myself. Fine. It happens. I'm going to make it keep happening. Keep happening. But yeah, it won't, going to IC It is typically a commercial Star Wars event, but it won't be when I get there. I'm bringing my quantum storm with me. That was corny. That was corny. That was cheesy. But that's okay. And gonna go up there and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did in Indiana and that I did with Rich. I'm gonna walk around, talk with people, and yeah, Lynn, you are absolutely right. I accept that I am Atlantis folk now. I do because this stuff is just too way different to be something Muggle related. It is not. It's yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I asked for it. I don't know. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with Rich. And I'm going to go there. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to get them talking. And it's going to be a blast. Right. And it's going to be on a Saturday for me in Lebanon, Tennessee. It's not going to be Nashville this year. They literally outgrew Nashville. Can't go to a place now that has so many people because there's so many other people showing up. There's going to be like 15,000 people show up over the course of the whole con. And they needed a place that was a little less crowded. So they took it out to Lebanon, out in some agricultural center, which I'm fully behind that. I love that. That's how they started. That's where they should be because they've outgrown the city. That's crazy. And that's crazy. But there's a lot went into that. But that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go to the Bigfoot conference later. And I'm going to go back to the water temple and I'm going to go live. At least I'm going to make a video. I don't know. Elemental places have a tendency to mess with your tech, I've noticed. And first, you have to stop being overwhelmed because when you're sensitive, you feel it. You feel it all. And that's an elemental place. I mean, when I say water temple, I mean straight out of Lord of the Rings Fantasy World's water temple. And it was so just wow, but I'm going to try to take my fancy camera and a fancy camera iPhone, right? I'm going to try and take that iPhone and at least make a video, if not go live. So, yeah, I want to do on the scene. That's what I said. Boots on the ground. Me and Rich did. I started out with, "Hey, it's me, Rich Giordano, boots on the ground," and we were, and we walked around and took on the spot interviews. I bought a dude's. He was selling comic books that he'd written, right? And he had a story. Him and a group in a neighborhood all saw a giant triangle, and from what he described, it was a TR3B. I'm hoping Rich covers that, gets the guy. I might get the guy. I don't know. I've got his information. I've got his comic book, and I know how to get in touch with him. I might get somebody on here, but yeah, that's whoo man. I'm spun all the way up. We're going all over the place, and no one's leaving the chat. Awesome. Thank you all. Me and Amy, thank you all. I'm sure she would thank you all. She thanks you all because of the bodies, the documents, the craft. It's the hottest mug in ufology. And going back to ufology, Dave Scott. Okay. Now, when you see people stopping getting along with one person and a bunch of people stop getting along with that person, you tend to think that person has a problem. No. Because Rich has no illusion about what's going on. And everybody else who is having a problem with Rich, talking about you, bro, right? Friend of GUFON, is under some kind of illusion that all this stuff is for entertainment purposes only. I got news for everybody. All of this stuff can be relegated to entertainment. But I'm going to tell you, it's reality bending, ufology, mysticism, quantum show, Alien Girl 111, rebellious curiosity. All of it is reality bending. Okay? However, talking about, now I haven't followed Spaced Out Radio. Hate to name them. That's who they are, right? I haven't been following them too awful close. But he came out, and I was there when Dave Scott went on Richie's show talking about it's a business. He couldn't stay on topic. Like the topic was secondary to the business. No, the topic is the topic. None of this would exist. GUFON, Third Phase, Spaced Out Radio. None of it would exist if we weren't onto something. And the business is secondary to the topic. I'm telling you all right now, if the topic says no more quantum show, no more quantum show, right? And I would go along with the topic because you don't fight reality. You work with it, okay? I'm working with it. And for now, reality says quantum show. And, okay, they're not getting along, right? They're not getting, the two times that I remember Dave Scott going on GUFON, all he did was talk about paranormal business. He didn't talk about the topic. It was like the topic was secondary. And I hope I'm putting that in a relatable way. Okay, because that's what I remember happening. And yes, make money if you can, but do it on the up and up, yo. You know, like I'm out here saying I'm going to use AI to make merch to make money for the quantum show, though this show is not monetized. It's still quantum. I'm going to keep it quantum. And I don't see other people doing that except Rich, right? Rich is, and Amy. Amy's doing it in her way. Oh, you can't just, Amy's way of reading is cool. Starts with crystals, starts with her quantum link, how I put it, and goes to not tarot cards, but some kind of tarot cards. She has a bunch of different decks, and she mixes them up. They don't have to be, it doesn't have to be one way, because we make the rules. We invented tarot cards. We make the rules. If they say they do this, they do this. If we say they do that, they do that. That's how you program a crystal. You say, I want you to do this, and you meditate on it. And this is a communications crystal. This is a talk to you crystal, okay? This one enhances my quantum link in the general sense, right? This is the broadband crystal. This is, I'm going with the book. This is the, all of it's quantum. This is my third eye crystal. And though I don't need it, it sure helps. But yeah, Dave Scott, he's in Las Vegas right now. I believe it's right now, doing his thing there. And I thought for half a second I wanted to go. Then it didn't work out, which is good, because let me tell you, I'm going to tell Keith this myself. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. Whenever he's on, I'm driving or working, so it's just a little bit here and there. And, oh, Zach. Yeah, Zach is talking about Dave, and it's hard to like that stuff, right? Okay, Dorothy, you have a practical application question. Do crystals magnify your own vibrations along these lines? Yes. Yes, they do. Your own vibes start the process. The crystal is the hardware that makes the juice work. Oh, it's like wires and batteries, right? The wires will do stuff when you put a battery on it, but the wires are going to stay there being wires until they're employed to do something. And yeah, I unfollowed Spaced Out Radio when it got very far out like that too. But yeah, okay. Dorothy's asking, do crystals magnify your own vibrations? Yes. So you have to make sure your vibrations are good for the crystal to work with. Just like Lynn has said, you've got to be specific, because these things, they don't care what you put in them. It will work. And you got to be specific. That's why I limit them, right? Because they are so infinitely broadband. They can do everything. Name any LED, it can do it. Amplifier, it can do it. Rectifier, it can do it. It has to be told what to do, because it's really hard to explain how these things interact with you and me, right? You can meditate on them and they can become whatever you want them to become. I like to think of them as computers, complete computers. What is this computer doing now? What do I want it to do? What functions do I want it to have? I have to limit it, because it will do it all. And you can repurpose them on the go. It depends on your ability to meditate on them, communicate with them. And let me tell you, it's a feeling. You can feel them giving you feedback. You can feel them. And for me, it starts with warming them up by wearing them. You warm them up by wearing them. And once they're warmed up, this is for me, right? Then they start working. You start to see changes. Unlikely things become likely and begin to happen, right? Little things, like, here's a not so little thing. I drove 600 miles on a flat tire. It didn't shred. When I got to where I was going, it disintegrated. And that's the kind of thing that crystals can make happen. Okay. And okay, here we go. Here we go. Because we're water-based batteries for quantum communications, if you say so, that is part of it. That is the physical link. That's part of the physical link. Water. Oh, water. Water is a big one. There's a whole temple in East Tennessee. I'm going to go see, right? And I think the OMG is for the flat tire. Yeah, my tires just. I mean, you could watch them. You could watch them just start to flake apart after I stopped. Got to where I'm going. You just the tread just flaked apart. But they held together the whole time, and because we're that is a link. That is one link. Water is one link, and yeah, water is a magnificent conduit. That's not all it is, right? It's a medium unto itself. Water is one of the main things, one of the very, very main things. And okay, we're getting to the end of the hour showtime. We're at 56 minutes. So I want to, uh, okay, I want to finish up what I was saying about ufology and the people not getting along. Okay, be true to yourself, right? Be true to yourself. If you're going to be a shitbag, be the best shitbag you can be. Okay? Looking at you, Cambion. You're doing it. You're fulfilling it. And I think you're going to have to, draw back and heal up because what you're doing is hurting you on a soul level. All right? Now, that's a message for you, buddy. What you're doing is hurting you on a soul level, not a YouTube level, not a social media level, but on a soul level. So just be aware. And and about Dave Scott, I can't. I'm glad he never had me on. He only small talked to me in a chat here and there. Maybe I had one conversation with him about the indigenous peoples of Canada, and well, that went nowhere, right? Because it was just small talk, and I'm nobody to him. He has quite a following, right? But it's like they're all muggles, right? Hardly anybody has ever, from Spaced Out Radio, has come over here and stayed the same person, right? You know who I'm talking to. When they come over here, their paradigm doesn't shift, it expands. People's paradigms expand when they come here, all right? Because this is not an entertainment show. This is a reality bending show. And we do it every time we show up. I'm doing it all the time on my own. And I'm so happy that you guys come along with me on this one. Wow, this got pretty deep real quick, didn't it? I didn't mean for it to get like that, but yeah. That's okay. That's all right. That is the nature of the Quantum Show. We never know what's going to happen. I freewheel it, and you never know. And I will continue this in the panel. As it is now, I am 40 minutes from breaking. Break time, 40 seconds from break time. And thank you, Dorothy. I endeavor to pass along as much as I can to anyone who will listen. And I'm glad you are learning. I'm glad other people are learning. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead, wrap up the first hour. This has been the first hour Quantum Show. Me talking about weird stuff that happens. And I don't need to have weird things happen to me, because look at all the world. Look at what we got. Look at in our own little mystic realms. Look at ufology. I was watching the War Room is Open show premiere with GUFON. Can't get behind it, bro. He's gonna sink his own ship. He just needs to do it. That was my speaker. Wow. Perfect timing. Okay. This has been the first hour quantum show. Freewheeling at ufology, disclosure, manifestation, and it's all related. Come back in about, I will set up a new show. It will be announced. If you're subscribed, like and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. And I'll be back in just a little while. Got to take a break. Keeping it quantum. Pushing buttons, pushing buttons.